Guys, welcome back to my channel, and in this video I'll be demoing the ChatGPT part 3. So before I explain the code, let me just run it and show you what it does. So so when I run it, it brings me to this GUI. You can see the layouts, conversations is here. It says you can join or start a conversation. Since we currently don't have any conversations, we should just create one. To do that, you click on this new conversation and then you just name it, just enter the name of the conversation room. So for example, let's just say you want to study for like biology or math test. You'd be like study for math test and then start. So once you click on start, it takes you to the conversation room. So here you can record and send text as usual. How to do a quadratic equation. The same as usual. Yeah, you can also record your text as well. How do I find the area of a slope?
To find the area of a slope, you would need to know the dimensions of the slope, such as its length and width. Once you have those measurements, you can multiply the length by the width to calculate the area. If the slope is irregularly shaped, you may need to break it down into smaller, more manageable sections and calculate the area of each section separately before adding them together to get the total area.
Okay, yeah, then you can just, it's quite simple to be honest. If you want to like create a new conversation, you just click on new conversation as well. Let's just say learning how to cook. Yeah, it takes you to the conversation room that you entered. How do I cook pasta? Just simple, really. It's the same as a regular chatbot, but let's just say if you want to go into the study for math test, you can click on the study for math test and it shows you the conversations that you had. Same thing with this learning how to cook. In this one, it stores the conversations that you've had in a database, and then you can have multiple rooms, multiple conversations in each room. Let's just create one more conversation just for the fun. Playing football. Who is Ronaldo? And then if you exit out of the GUI and then go back to it, yeah, the conversation is still there. You can just continue the conversations how you left it and join the conversations that you've already started. So I have 4 main Python files, which is the speech to text, text to speech, the main and the database file. I'm just going to talk about the main.py and the database.py because like the 2 other ones I talked about in the previous video, they literally do the exact same thing. So here I created the table, which this function is in this database.py, which we'll talk about later. I made the class, and in this class I initialized the app, the GUI I meant, and then I have functions that deals with the setup, one that deals with the sending text, the bot response, the record text, record voice and all that. So in this send text, we get the user text, we check if there is a text. If there is a text, we store the text in the database and we display it on the GUI. So if, for example, in this one, when we send the text, hi, we get this text and then we store it in the database and then we display the text and the bot response. This bot response interacts with this bot response is responsible for like interacting with the API. So we get this bot response from here, this function that actually interacts with the API, and then whatever this returns, we just pass it to this bot response and then display it on the GUI. Record text deals with recording the voice of the user. That's if the user decides to record. And then to start a new conversation is quite simple. So when you click on this button, it takes you to this little GUI that enables you to name the conversation room that you want to start, and then start the conversation. Just quite easy. And then yeah, that's it. In this database.py, this deals with interacting with the front end and with the database. So first of all, we connect to the database using your credentials, and then you create a table. I created two. Want to store the conversation room. I want to store the conversations that are being held in the room. So I made two tables, one to store here, and then this second one gets the ID, the conversation, the message that was sent, and the time that it was sent. I added the conversations to the database using the ID. This views all the conversations. So for this one, I use this one to like get the conversations, which is this ones, and then it helps me display them in a button form. So this is the main one actually. So when I want to get the conversations that are being held in the room, I selected the message, the sender type, the timestamp, and from the conversation room, and I ordered them based on like the time it was sent. So if I didn't have this here, if I didn't have the order by timestamp, it's just gonna display them anyhow on the page. But since I want to like get and display them based on the time it was sent, I ordered it by, I just arranged them based by the time it was. I don't know if that makes sense, but I just groups them by the time. You get my point though. And yeah, that's it. So let me just run the code once more and then just get on with it. So to run the code is quite easy. Just run it. And then you can join or start a conversation. You can join any of these rooms or start a conversation, new conversation. How to make money. And then you can decide not to have any conversation in this room just yet, or just continue with anyone. But yeah, how do I make money in 2024? Send. It's just quite easy, to be honest. But yeah, that's it for this video. The code is available on GitHub right now, and feel free to ask any questions. Feel free to ask any inquiries on this code in the comments. Thanks for watching. Bye.